think that everybody can hear me okay. It seems to be okay. And while you guys are setting in, let me hold here for a minute. Here we go. Hey everybody, thank you. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining in. I missed you guys. It's been a while. What a week, to say the least. But we made it. We made it, and that's something to celebrate. So here we are, and we can jump right in just a second. Hi, Hilda. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're live here. I hope that everybody can hear me okay, because I'm about to start. So welcome and thank you for joining me on this glorious Friday. Hi. So I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Nicole Melendez, and I am a designer specializing in technical design and pattern making. My business is partnering with Makers Row and the Embark platform. Hi, Ruthie. It's pinned below, and I also added it, but the subject for today is Techpacks for factory vetting. But we'll get to that in a hot second. I'm just gonna introduce myself real quick for the people that don't know me or that this is their first time here. So as I was saying, my name is Nicole Melendez, and I'm a designer specializing in technical design and pattern making. And my business is partnering with Makers Row and the Embark platform, which is an online community that connects entrepreneurs and small businesses to business category experts. I pinned, like I said, the link below so you can get connected to Embark Live as well as reach out to me directly at Makers Row. To those who are new today, the focus of my business is to help bridge that communication gap between concept and sample. The way we do that is by helping designers create the foundations needed for factories to develop samples or bulk produce a line. That includes pattern making, tech packs, graded specs, which are sizes, fit development, construction information, anything technical design related, as well as working with the factory of your choice or your production team. Just a quick reminder, this live is being recorded via Restream, and if you miss some of my points or I miss any of your questions, you can replay the live by going to Makers Row IGTV or Facebook, and you can play and pause as many times as you like and reach out to me with any questions. All right, so moving on to today's topic, we're reining it in and coming back to Techpacks, which, as we have mentioned before, Techpacks are the instruction manual on how to make your garment. It has all the information from fabric to placement, labeling, fit, and proportion, and nothing is left for the factory to figure out. Today, we will be focusing specifically on how a tech pack is going to set you up for success during a factory vetting. So tech packs, they basically provide a clear view to your factory of what your product is about in a way that speaks their language, where they can clearly see your ideas and they can have a more efficient conversation during their meeting with you on what they can do for you to achieve your design. And there are four main things to discuss during a factory vetting, and those are product, machinery, deadlines, and costs. A good tech pack should have 6 sections that touch base on each of these, and they are usually used to help you and the factory decide if you guys are a good fit for each other. what I did, because 6 is a lot, what I did is that I divided these 6 sections into 3 groups. So it's easy for everybody to digest. So let's jump in. Group number 1 in your tech pack is sketches paired with construction details. The combinations of these two are used to confirm if they have the machinery available to make your design with your chosen fabric as well as trims. You need to ask if they have the machinery to be able to construct your garment as to the construction callouts in your sketch, and if they will be able to work with your fabric. That's very important. Not everybody can work with your type of fabric, or they have the machinery available to be able to construct your garment with that fabric. So it's very important to ask that. And this is where you ask to have a walk around the factory so that you can see the machinery, and also inquire to see samples of items that they have in production using that machine, so that you can see the quality of their sewing. So you can judge, oh, this looks really good. This is exactly what I'm looking for or expecting. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. And you're coming in knowing exactly what their capabilities are. So that would be group number 1, which were sketches paired with construction details. Group number 2 in our tech pack is the graded spec, which is the sizes, and the cut ticket. And these are grouped, or at least I grouped them for this live, to understand the kind of order you will be placing, as it breaks down the number of garments per size per color. Here you consider what size range you will be developing, whether it's alpha sizing, which is anything from XL to extra large, or 1X to 4X for plus sizes. Or if you will be doing numeric sizing, which is 0 to 18 or 12W to 24W for plus sizes. And the quantity per size, as well as how many colors per style you will be using. This would allow you to calculate the amount of bulk fabric you need to get to meet the amount of garments you want to produce and how much this will cost you. On the other hand, it will also allow the factory to advise if they have capability to manufacture this within the deadline you need your production by. So that would be number 2, which I'm grouping the graded spec with the cut ticket. So those are out of the 6 pages that we have to be able to vet a factory. So group number 3, last but not least, in our tech pack is the cutter's must and the BOM. BOM stands for Bill of Materials. And this is a chart that breaks down trim, fabric, lining, interlining, closures, labels, packaging, as well as the supplier for each one, the amount that is needed, the fabric yield, and cost for each component. So your bill of materials is like everything listed that makes your garment. Now, the cutter's must, it's a chart that breaks down all the pattern pieces and construction for each seam, each individual seam that makes the garment, as well as the fabric. Each piece needs to be cut in. So those are very important charts to have to be able to discuss with your factory, the bill of materials and the cutter's must pair together. The combination of these two is used to see the labor and the materials that are needed, which give a preliminary labor cost, and are used to discuss the deadlines in regards of sewing labor, plus the timelines to order all materials to meet production deadlines. While you're in the topic of materials and construction with your factory, ask about what they supply, whether that's fabric, thread, trims, printing services, embroidery services, packaging, label artwork, etc. This way you can prepare and work backwards in your timeline to meet your deadlines in case you have to supply any of this stuff. So it depends on what type of factory you go to, whether it's that full service, it's an independent contractor, or whatever the type of factory is, you have to be able to ask these questions. Now that we're talking about costs, it's important that you have a price you're looking to pay, I should say, to produce each garment that meets your bottom line, because you need to have an idea of what this bottom line is. That said, with the tech pack, you can sit and negotiate with the factory a number that works for both ends. Remember, there's a relationship. The factory labor cost will depend on the amount of garments you are producing and or if a factory can make your garment on demand. But you have to negotiate that with them. And it is important that you get a few quotes and talk candidly with these factories to see if you can negotiate the amount of garments you want to make, or if the construction can be changed to meet the cost of labor you're looking to pay. Because if your garment is super complicated, you cannot ask for it to be super cheap. The good news is that you don't have to sit down and make this tech pack all by yourself. That is what technical designers are for, like myself and my team. What we focus on is ironing out the design kinks and developing the fit of your product hand in hand with you as the designer to make sure that we give you a voice and work with your ideas, while at the same time, we try to play devil's advocate to make sure that we keep your style from a construction standpoint and fabric choice within the realms of your estimated retail price. I think that's super important to mention. In the end, we transition you with a graded spec, a full tech pack, and digital patterns once the fit is approved into the factory of your choice. So I'm just going to recap that real quick because that was a lot of what we were talking about. So we discussed that these are tech packs, how to use tech packs for bedding factories. And we divided the 6 sections that a tech pack usually has into 3 groups. So making sure that we talk about what you need to be basically talking about with a factory regarding product, machinery, deadlines, and costs. Group 1 was sketches with construction details. So the combination of these two will confirm if they have the machinery available to make your design with your chosen fabric, as well as any of the trims that you have. The group number 2, in your tech pack, we group the graded specs with the cut ticket. And these are grouped basically to understand the kind of order you will be placing, as it breaks down the number of garments per size as well as per color. So we have an idea of what your order will be like. And group number 3 in your tech pack, we group the cutter's must with the bill of materials. And the combination of these two is used to see the labor and materials that are needed, which will give you a preliminary labor cost, which is used to discuss also the deadlines in regards of the sewing labor, plus the timelines to order all the materials to be able to meet your production deadlines. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into questions that I see popping here. All right, let's see. Hello. The subject matter is tech packs for bedding factories and how to use them. And then we divided everything into like groupings. You're very welcome, Ruthie. Hi, Hilda. Do you guys have any access to overseas manufacturers? From my corporate experience working in the industry, I do. That said, Makers Row, it's all about US manufacturing. And to be honest, there are fantastic factories that I have personally worked with within the Makers Row community, both in LA, in New York. There's a few here in Miami, if I'm not mistaken, that are within the Makers Row site. So even if you wanna manufacture overseas, is something we can help you with, but I am going to strongly suggest and advise to definitely try US manufacturing, because not only it'll help you as a startup with quantities, also you will have a more of a hands-on experience when it comes to developing your line if this is your first time. So hope that answers your question, Rich. Okay, let me see if there's any questions here. No. Let me pop over here for a quick second to see if there's any questions. Okay. You're very welcome. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions, but feel free to reach out at any point. Let's see, I have time for one more, yes. I'm currently working on creating a children's clothing line with those sizes, and I'm having a hard time deciding on fabrics. Do you suggest I get swatches? Absolutely. Please do. That's the first thing you need to do to be able to source or choose your fabric. You need to like touch, test to get swatches. And once there's one that you are really leaning towards to, Ruthie, get sample yardage and get one of your designs sampled on it in one size. You don't need to do it in every size. Just take the sample size for children. I don't do children's wear, but I'm just gonna say use women's wear or men's wear as an example. Usually we do size medium. Let's use a pant as an example. We take the pant size medium. There's a fabric that we like. We sample in it. We're happy with it. Usually I like to sample, and I've said in other lives, in the sample yardage of the bulk fabric that we're going to be producing with. But if you're unsure, you can definitely sample one size, one design into that fabric, and then you can decide from there if that's a fabric that you would like to use. And then you would go through the whole process. You can fit it, and order and start organizing and costing to make sure that this is a fabric that we're going to be using. So hope that answers your question. Let me see. I have a question over here. Is there any key differences in this process for handbags and leather accessories? Usually for handbags or any accessory, you're gonna need a tech pack anyway, because your factory or whoever is gonna be developing this first prototype is gonna need something to look at. So you are gonna need a tech pack. You're gonna need a tech pack with sketches. You're gonna need a tech pack with construction information. You're gonna need a tech pack with like call outs on how to finish everything inside, outside, what type of zipper, what type of closure if we're not using a zipper. How is that flap going to be like? I'm talking about accessories here. What type of leather? Give swatches of the leather. All this will help whoever is developing your first sample, whether that's an accessory, which is what we're talking about right now, on not only like seeing what is on the tech pad on how to be constructed, but if this person, usually like your pattern maker would know, they see like, you can also finish this way and it would be more commercially viable. That's something that you're helping them help you make a better product. So hope that answers your question, RM. Hi, Iris. The essential plan will have tech packs included. I'm not sure what the essential plan is, but we do a full service option, and that does it for my company has the tech pack included. We also work a la carte, and if you only need a tech pack, we also can make only a tech pack for you. And we can, like I said before, you're very welcome, Aram, correspond with your factory or your production team or whoever you're working with. Hope that answers your question. Thank you, JB. Have a great weekend, you too. Okay, guys, this is great. I can see that our time is up, but I hope that the points discussed today helped understand how to use a tech pack for factory vetting, which not only keeps each component organized, it allows you to formulate some make or break questions to a factory. It also helps understand the cost of each component, which helps you make smart decisions regarding your bottom line while helping you keep healthy relationships with your suppliers and factories. So thank you so much for tuning in at Makers Row and the Embark Live platform. And make sure that you click on the link and join. Here you will find many experts that are available to you to help you bring your product to market, like myself. So you can reach out to me on the Makers Row site, makersrow.com/Nicole Melendez. I see one more question popped up. Rajiv, what would the term free size means or refers to? Small, medium, large, or is it ML? Rajiv, I'm not sure. Let me get back to you on Facebook regarding that. Thank you so much, Ruthie. Thank you so much, everybody. Join Embark Live and reach out to me if you have any further questions to at makersrow.com/Nicole-Melendez. Bye, everyone.